Hello, Noel the Red Devil here, and we are here for Arsenal versus Manchester United, the first game of the US tour, and it's a pretty tricky one. And we've got the team news: Heaton, Martinez, Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Varane, Anthony Shaw, Sancho, Wan-Bissaka, Menino, Garnacho, and the subs are Bishop, Vitek, Dalot, Fernandez, Lindelof, Maguire, Williams, Ahmad, Casemiro, Ericsson, Gore, Hannibal, McTominay, Pelestri, Van der Beek, Forson, Rashford. And that there is no room in the team right now for Onana. Obviously, this game came a little bit too soon for him. So that is the team news. So we are going to get ready now. We haven't got long to go, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting game. Fans are going to be G'd up for this. Yes, it's against Arsenal, but you know, we don't do friendlies with Arsenal. So hopefully we get a good result. And as the manager said earlier today, you know, there are no friendly games when Manchester United play. So I can't wait to see what happens. To be quite honest with you, it'll be a very exciting time. The season, pre-season. I do love pre-season, got to say, because you know it shows us what the manager is planning, what he's all about. I have liked the way our goalkeepers are playing out from the back. It's very good. I tell you, it's a fascinating time to be a Manchester United fan. So yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. We're not that long away from kickoff, about 20 minutes away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the stream, and if you're listening, I would like you guys to do the same. You know, get us out there. Important that everybody shares it. And get us out there. Get us out there. That's what it's all about. So yeah, should be a good game. Of course, their MUTV is talking to all the fans. So yeah, Harry Maguire on the substitute bench. Jadon Sancho gets another chance. I'm not sure about that one. I don't think Jadon Sancho has justified being in the team at all this pre-season. But you know, what can you do? The manager is the one that will make the decisions in relation to Jadon Sancho, but I don't think he's good enough. So again, just for anybody that's joined us, the team news is as follows: Heaton, Martinez, Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Varane, Anthony Shaw, Sancho, Wan-Bissaka, Menino, Garnacho, subs, Bishop, Vitek, Dalot, Fernandez, Lindelof, Maguire, Williams, Ahmad, Casemiro, Ericsson, Gore, Hannibal, McTominay, Pelestri, Van der Beek, Forson, and Marcus Rashford. So it'll be very interesting. I thought he'd in fairness, he has gone with a strong side. But I mean, we've got Mount, Bruno Fernandes in midfield, and obviously the kid is going to be in midfield as well. we'll see how that goes. I would have liked to see Casemiro in there though, to see how Mason Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro link up. But we'll see. We'll see what he'll do. He's been kind of changing the team in the second half. Will he make as many substitutes this time round? We will have to wait and see. We're what I think they say we're 10 minutes away from kickoff, is it? Or 10 minutes before they come out onto the pitch. But it's going to be it's going to be a fascinating game because it is Arsenal, and as I said, we don't do friendlies, so we'll see what happens. There's a countdown happening behind Dennis Irwin there, who's talking probably one of the best wing backs in the world at the time. I had the privilege of watching him play for Ireland, obviously because I'm Irish, and for Manchester United. So very interesting this game is going to be. It's a rivalry, isn't it, that goes back a long, long way. And look at that stadium. I mean, it's going to fill out. Because obviously we're 15 minutes away from kickoff, 10 minutes before they come out. They're out on the pitch now at the moment, obviously warming up. I can see the Arsenal, the Man United players there warming up. There they are going through their paces. Fascinating game coming up. We're not far from the season. This is what I love about pre-season, because you're not that far away from the league season. I just hope we get through pre-season without any injuries, of course, because that's the last thing we'd want, is getting injuries before the start of the season. But there's Varane. He made a mistake now in the Lyon game. I think he dwelled on the ball a little bit too much, actually. But he is super cool. But sometimes he's a little bit too cool, if you get me. There's Declan Rice there now on the pitch. Hey man, sorry. No, I came on late myself. I'm only on 9 minutes. It was 5 minutes late. I just wanted to get things organised. Get me coffee into me. It's going to be a long night. But it's going to be interesting. But MUTV need to be look, I get why they want to talk to fans and stuff like that, but I'd like to see more player interviews and stuff like that. I know they've got a game to concentrate on, but you could do all that beforehand, And they're bringing in these fans that used to run fan channels now to do all the interviews. But there we go. Bruno's the captain, by the way. As you know, he was made captain. And now they're doing a little segment on MUTV about being captain. But it was the right decision. Let's see what he has to say. So he wanted to share it with his family. It's a dream come true. And makes him feel proud. It's a big responsibility. What you'd expect to hear from your captain. Look, he's not going to tell us that we don't already know, because he's been acting like a captain ever since he came to the club. So he knows what he's doing. And I'm delighted he's got it. We don't know who the vice captain is yet. It's very interesting to see who he makes vice captain. Will it be Casemiro Will it be Varane? Will it be Martinez? Will it be someone else that we haven't even thought of? And there's David De Gea. Oh, it was the right time. He needed to go, though, in fairness. We have to be ruthless. But, yeah. I mean, there he is taking the penalty here. He's got some penalty kick, Bruno. He has to be my favourite player at United right now, Bruno. I'm pretty sure the goalkeeper, Onana, is, though. Because, look, if these highlights are out to go by, this goalkeeper is going to be unpredictable. And listen, he's going to drive us crazy. He's gonna concede some crazy goals, right? But at the same time, he's going to create some crazy goals. I mean, we're in for an absolutely mad time with that goalkeeper. But I can't wait to see how he develops. But obviously, not here for this game. I think it was a game too soon, but I'm pretty sure we will see him soon. He has been training, which is good. So you want them training. But Onana is here. Good goalkeeper. We'll see now if he can handle being Manchester United goalkeeper. Because that's the thing. We've had some world-class goalkeepers come here at United. But it's absolutely I lost my train of thought there. What is streaming quality like on NU TV? Celtic TV sound always cuts off. Now it's pretty good. As I said, we got rid of the Skybox now, so I'm actually watching it on my computer through the app. And I had the app before, so yeah, so that's what we're watching it on. The problem is, though, on your computer, you're always about a minute, maybe 30 seconds behind. But I don't mind that, because the whole point is for me to react to the match anyway live, and that's what we're doing, even if I am a couple of minutes behind. Well, no, won't be a couple of minutes, but interesting match coming up. But yeah, it's not too bad, Daniel. I mean, look, it's we are the biggest club of fan base. We've got the biggest fan base in the world. So I mean, their social media. That's one thing about United. I have to say, being great has been their social media. I'm just going to knock off my camera just for now, because the match is going to kick off, and for 45 minutes I won't be able to have a bit of a puff. So I'm going to have a bit of a puff now before we kick off the game. But it's decent enough, Daniel, to answer your question. Folks, we will be on camera, because I see there's 4 people here. I'm just having a quick puff before we start the game, because for 45 minutes, because you're not allowed smoke on camera with YouTube. They're very strict. And I understand that, you know what I mean? They don't like people smoking on TV anymore like they did in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Do you remember when we were growing up? Madness, man. Madness. But do us a favour, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I did cover Eric Ten Hag's press conference today. If you want to hear my opinion and my thoughts on that, yeah, there was some very interesting comments made about Mason Greenwood. I have my suspicions, folks, right? This is what I said earlier today. You can go back and watch the video if you want to. But I said earlier today, I've got a funny feeling that the only reason why we're in for one striker is because I think Eric Ten Hag wants to keep Mason Greenwood, because in his press conference he was asked about it, and he said he had told the clubs his thoughts on Mason Greenwood, but it was their decision. I suspect that's the only reason why we're in for one striker. Because think about it, Eric Ten Hag wants players that are easily adaptable, right? Mason Greenwood could play down the left, he could play down the right, he could play on the left, he could play down the middle. Same with Rashford. He likes to change things around. I just have a funny feeling for some weird reason that he's going to keep him because he sees the quality of player he is. But the fandom, this is the thing now. It's gonna cause blue murder, man. But we're not too far away from kickoff now. We're about 9 minutes away. Well, 8 minutes away according to my computer, and my computers are synced. So yeah, so it is. It's 9:52. So yeah, 8 minutes till kickoff. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I will be on camera, just as I said. You know, I have a dirty habit which is smoking, and before, you know, for 45 minutes I won't be able to have a bit of a puff. So that's what I'm doing right now. But there's the team news. Scrolling across the screen there. There is no Onana, but Jadon Sancho gets another goal in the starting 11. Guys, the 7 of you is watching right now. Come into the chat. Let me know. What do you think of Jadon Sancho continuing to get his game under Eric Ten Hag? Because I think in the 2 games that he put him on, he faded very fast. Let me know what your thoughts are on Jadon Sancho. Yeah, as I said there, we got Heaton, Martinez, Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Varane, Anthony Shaw, Sancho, Wan-Bissaka, Mineno, I can't say his name right, God love him, sorry kid, Garnacho, and the subs are Bishop, Vitic, Dalot, Fernandes, Lindelof, Maguire, Williams, Ahmad, Casemiro, Ericsson, Gore, Hannibal, McTominay, Palestri, Van der Beek, Forson, and Rashford. Whoa, that was a mouthful. So that's the team news. We're about ready to kick off. Again, stadium, Manchester United, Arsenal fans. This is for early bragging rights, even though it's pre-season, folks. Early bragging rights. We have to beat the Arsenal. You know, they've brought in, you know, look, folks, you have to look at it this way. Arsenal are under a lot of pressure right now. They're after bringing in all of these players. They're spending the money that they've spent on Declan Rice. I mean, they have to be winning something next season. Some will even argue that they have to win the Premier League. I wouldn't go that far, but they have to be winning something next season with all of that money that they've actually spent. So we'll see what happens. Very interesting match because, you know, we still don't have our full team in place yet. Remember that. The manager still wants to make a few additions. They haven't arrived yet. They will arrive. And when they do, then we'll see Eric Ten Hag ball, or Ten Hag ball as people call it. But look, I'm actually excited for this season. No matter what happens or no matter who else we bring in now, I'm actually really excited for the season. And I think it's down to the manager. He gets me excited for the season. I just hope he gets in all the players before the players that he wants, or the budget allows him to get. Obviously, he'll scout around and try get a different option but he'll pick good. I mean, most of these signings and stuff have paid off. Not so much the loan deals though, but you know, he's got a pretty spot on in the transfer window so far. So I trust him. Right, 4 minutes till kick off. This will be interesting. Got 8 people watching. I will be on camera, folks. Don't worry about that. I'm just, as I said, just having a quick smoke off air. Well, not off air, off camera. And then we'll get in. Sancho's is starting probably because so other clubs can take a look at him. I hope that is the case. Because to be quite honest with you, I think we should cut our losses right now and get the money in for him. Because, you know, if we give him another season and he has another awful season, we wouldn't get the money that we'll get for him this season if we wait another season. If he ends up having another bad season, we'll get half the price. You know, I mean, even Borussia Dortmund, I think, in the early part of the transfer window, tried to take him back on a free or something, or a loan or something, but they wanted us to pay something like that or something, and then it was a loan deal with them with a chance for them to buy, but they wanted to buy him like at something like 25-30 million, like, and they sold him for what was it, 80? Heck off. That's why, as the season hasn't started yet and it's only pre-season, you know, if he goes to a new club, they might get the best out of him. But as I said, even when we were signing him, I didn't want him because I didn't think he was good enough. The Bundesliga is a completely different animal. And I'll say this again because I've said it a couple of times. People actually need to go back and look at those clips, right? When he's playing for Borussia Dortmund, all the clips he's ranting and raving about. He's got about 15 minutes on the ball, man. Right? He has no time in the Premier League. He can't do any of these fancy flicky trickies and take around players. He doesn't have that time on the ball to think. Right? In Germany, he does. That stadium is absolutely full. Right? We're just about to bring the teams out. Let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. We're looking for a positive result. Right? I'll come on camera now as soon as the players come onto that pitch, but look at that stadium. Absolutely wonderful. We're in New York, folks. I'm spreading the news. Do, 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 do. I'm leaving today. Do, 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 do. Come on, United. Right, so I think it's time to put the camera on now, isn't it? Let's do this. Right, we're back. Right, we're here for Manchester United versus Arsenal. As you can see there, team news is in. It's scrolling across the screen there. Sancho in the starting 11 again. No Casemiro, but he is on the subs bench. No Rashford, he's on the subs bench. Donny van der Beek is on the subs bench. Heaton's in goal. No Onana. Unfortunately, this game came too fast. He has been training with the squad, but he didn't get it. He didn't. He's not even on the subs bench. So we do expect Onana probably in the next game. But Garnacho gets a start, which is good to see. I want to see Garnacho get a start and get a few minutes under his belt, as they say. That's very important. Big season for Garnacho, but I do believe he can handle it. He has that arrogance about him, and I like it. A bit like Anthony. Anthony has that arrogance about him. Martinez has that arrogance about him. You know, and we need players like that. And if you see Onana and these interviews, he literally doesn't give a shit, right? This fella is bonkers, right? He's absolutely bonkers, he is. But I'm just amazed, man, that we got him for the price that we got him for. And hopefully he can fill David De Gea's gloves, because I don't care what anybody says out there. David De Gea is a legend, right? And he's not just a legend because he was here for a long time. I think fans have very short memories when it comes to David De Gea. The world class saves and the Player of the Year and all, he was winning Golden Gloves. You don't win them for being a crap goalkeeper, right? Absolutely rubbish. The narrative going around about him. Yes, I will agree. He's crap with his feet, and he was crap coming out off his line. But do not diminish what he done at this club, because he did, when he put that United jersey on. He was proud to put that jersey on, and he is a legend. It's just sad the way the club treated him. Even Eric Ten Hag even said if the choice was his, he would have got to say goodbye to the fans. So I think this was a club decision, to be quite honest with you. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's a delay. But even the live score, it hasn't even started yet. So there must be some sort of delay, folks, at the stadium. We got Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the chat as well. Yeah, well, it is our third preseason game, but Casemiro is only back as well. He'll ease them in. We've got plenty of games coming up. We've got tons of games actually coming up in preseason. And we play some really tough opposition. So there'll be plenty of chances. I think he wants to give every single player a decent chance this preseason. And I think he's going to analyse. I think by the end of pre-season, or near enough the end of pre-season, he'll have made up his mind which of these players are going to stay and go. And I'm talking about the youth, and I'm talking about some of those players that are on the fringes, like Donny van der Beek. Will he give Donny another go, or will he get rid of Donny? So the team is up. Sancho again is playing. See, I knew this was going to happen. He did it against Leon. I think did he? He's playing Sancho in the number 9 role. Garnacho out on the left, Anthony out on the right, Bruno in the attacking midfield position, Mount over on the Garnacho side. Menino out on the other side. You got Shaw, Martinez, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka. So we've got our would be considered our regular back four. Jesus Christ. It took me that long. Here they are now. They're coming out on the pitch. Yeah, the regular back four is playing. I don't know. I would have stuck Onana in today. I would have just stuck Onana in. I mean, he has been training. I would have just stuck him in just to surprise Arsenal. Arsenal probably think we wouldn't play him and just stick him in, see what happens. But Ten Hag has decided no. So Heaton's in goal. I mean, Heaton did well. I'm not going to lie, but Heaton isn't our number 2 goalkeeper, and he won't be our number 2 goalkeeper. So I kind of don't. Interesting, right? So we're about to kick off now. Here we go. So Sancho was playing up front. Ten Hag has tried this. I will say this, for the first few minutes, it looked like Jadon Sancho had something about him. His pace seemed to be there. The problem is that within 15, 20 minutes of the game, he completely vanished. And to me, it feels like every time Jadon Sancho is on the pitch, and I don't want to keep pointing him out, but it's like as if we're playing with 10 men on the pitch. Right, so we are late. It was supposed to kick off at 10. It's now 10 past 10. The live scores haven't come up on the Google either, so it hasn't kicked off, but we're about to kick off now. I think Arsenal are kicking off. There's actually a Chelsea jersey in there. So we'll turn it up a bit. Hopefully you can't really hear it while I'm talking. Because I want to be able to hear it while I'm obviously watching. But yeah, he's playing the false 9 until obviously we get a number 9. But Jadon Sancho, look, he could prove me wrong. This is the game. Look, Arsenal is the test for him now. It's just for me, when he put him in that false 9 role, he faded very fast and disappeared. And as I said, you'd be better off, even though he's not on the subs bench. But if he was, you'd be better off putting Anthony Martial on and risking him getting injured, because you get more out of Anthony Martial at least for half of the game. I hope Jadon Sancho proves me wrong. I really do. But this is the season that he has to do. But Man United are tipping off with Captain Bruno Fernandes, and we are. The stadium is beautiful, man, and it's full. It's full. The new jersey is lovely, isn't it, folks? I have to say. Right, so Odegaard, they're playing a strong side. Right, so Anthony looks up for it. He always has that look about him, doesn't he, Anthony, that he's gonna like monk someone or something. Havertz. Oh yeah, I forgot they bought bleeding him as well, didn't they, off Chelsea? Wan-Bissaka. I mean, this delay, Stu. Was the match kicking off at 10:15 or 10 o'clock? Did we get the times wrong? I think they got the times wrong, folks. I think this match was kicking off at 10:15, because it's about to hit 10:15 now. Here we go. We're off. Finally. Right, the pitch looks awful. It's very patchy. And it looks like they've used that fake spray paint on it. But already United playing the ball out from the back, holding the ball up. Oh, mistake. Right, Arsenal have the ball. We'll turn it up a little bit more. I don't think I'll get struck on this anyway, because I'm talking while. So let me know if you can actually hear the commentary in the background. If you can't, I'll turn it up a little bit more, but let me know. But Arsenal, Ramsdale on the ball there now. Sancho putting pressure on the defender. But it's like he makes a little run, and then it's like he gives up halfway. Right, so far, Arsenal on the ball, but in their half. knocking it between the defenders there. United putting pressure on the ball. Sancho again. Crossfield ball. Saka with a ball into the box. Defended well by Martinez. But already some early pressure from Arsenal there. But United again, high tempo, trying to win the ball back. And that's what I like to say. Even if we don't win the ball back, this is what we've been lacking the last few years. We got to be winning the ball back or putting pressure on it so they make a mistake. And there you go, back to the Ramsdale. And he's made a mistake. And there you go, because we put a bit of pressure. I like your new jersey, and that's coming from a Celtic fan. Yeah, the away jersey is coming out soon, and the missus has said that I can get the away jersey. So I'll have the away jersey when that comes out at the end of the month. So I'll have a choice, actually. I think the two of them come out at the same time, either the pure white one or the green and off-white, which is a homage to the 1902 jersey, which nobody knows that all the jerseys that this season are homages of all jerseys. A lot of fans actually expose themselves not being true fans when they don't even know. But there's Ten Hag. He always looks like he's going to Ten Hag. He always looks like he's annoyed at someone. But Wan-Bissaka with the ball out. Free kick to United. Sancho is fouled. No, I haven't seen the Plymouth kid. Yeah, but have to say, Adidas haven't been doing really well with their jerseys. I don't know what it is, man. But they never seem to bloody get our jerseys right. But Arsenal, as you would expect. But there you go. Jadon Sancho holds the ball. He loses the ball. In fairness to him, he was crowded by three midfield players, but he did try hold the ball up well. Heaton with the ball out. Back to the goalkeeper again. He plays it to Martinez. What a ball. Bruno Fernandes is through. Go on, Bruno. Oh, Anthony scuffed it. Oh, he scuffed it. I think it's the pitch, though. So Bruno held it well in the box when he received the ball. He did a little shimmy. Here it is again. So nice ball over the top. Bruno gets it. He gets into the box. He's being harried, but then he manages to pass the ball back. And Anthony, yeah, he scuffed it. He scuffed it. That should be 1-0 to Manchester United. Very poor from Anthony. Of course, it's only pre-season. When I say very poor, obviously, I'm not going to be too harsh at these type of games, but that was poor. The touch was very poor, but if he had not scuffed that was in 1-0. But again, United are putting the pressure on Arsenal. They're making Arsenal make mistakes. But now Arsenal on the counter. Anthony getting the tackle in. Ten Hag on the sideline just shouting instructions to Jadon Sancho, I think it is. Two United players to go for the same ball. Arsenal take the free kick quickly. Out to Saka. Odegaard on the ball. Back to Saka. United is holding their shape very well. Martinez, well done. Well done, Bruno. Martinez and Bruno harrying the ball. What's going on here? It's a throw in for Arsenal. I think Arsenal are looking for a free kick there. You should always know the history of the club you support. I agree, man. It's basic stuff anyway. You know, it's basic fucking stuff. Lots of fans nowadays. Oh! What a hit by Martinelli. Holy shit, that sailed over. That was close, but in fairness, he was being Anthony did try close him down, but he managed to get the shot off, and that just sailed over the bar. That was close though, but I think Tom Heaton would have saved that. Yeah, but a lot of modern fans nowadays they support players rather than clubs, and they follow the players rather than supporting the clubs. Oh, there's an injury to who's on the ground? Arsenal player on the deck already. Bruno goes over to see if he's already. Oh, it's Martinelli. Martinelli is down. Oh, it was Bruno. There, I told you, man. Ten Hag is at the calling Sancho over to give him instructions because he just hasn't got a. I'm gonna shut up about. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up because people accuse me of just singling them out all the time. But he's not. He's not. I think we need to cut air losses, man. Right. There's a lovely ball. Wan-Bissaka gives it to Mason Mount to Anthony. Oh, this is beautiful stuff. Go on. Oh, Anthony. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. And Jadon Sancho was part of that good little move there. That was a nice passage. I hope they show it again, but that was a lovely passage of play. Knocking the ball one touch into the box. Sancho tried a little flick. Came back out to Anthony. Mason Mount even had a bit of a go. But I tell you now, right? I know this is only pre-season, but these United lads are up for this. I haven't mentioned Garnacho yet because the play is mostly over the other side of the pitch, which can happen. But Saka is on the ball now. Luke Shaw is tracking him back there. And he just gets around Luke. But Martinez again. Jace, remember when people were saying, oh, he's too small. He's too small. He'll get crucified. Oh, Saka. Nice ball into the box. It's the one that... Oh, what a save by Heaton. In fairness, Arsenal should be 1-0 up there. It all started with Luke Shaw and Garnacho, the ball being played in between those two, and a double save by Heaton there. Double save, but chances created, you could say 2-0. But still 0-0. But this is a fascinating game. Yeah, even MUTV is saying it should be at least 1-1. And I would have to agree with that assessment. Unlucky. Come on, Sancho. Yeah, go on. I mean, he's trying. I just don't know what's happened to him. I'd like to know what's happened to him because it's actually sad to see. Absolutely, some of our fans take the piss out of Bernie Slavin, despite him being our biggest legend. Well, you know, we have them in every in every football club. Unfortunately, those muppets, you know, you just ignore them. Look, you have ups and downs every season, you know. It is frustrating when you're a Manchester United fan because you should be up there. We should be. There should be no excuse, you know. But the owners have just ran us into the ground. But we've got a decent manager now. But Saka on the ball there. Now, can Luke Shaw stop him from getting past him this time? Because the ball gets across again. But was Bruno looking for that free kick? It's kept in. Varane, it hits off Varane. It wasn't classed as a back pass, but I have to be honest. I don't think Luke Shaw has woke up yet, or is back off his holidays yet. As at the moment, a couple of times now. We haven't mentioned Garnacho because Garnacho is over the other side of the pitch, and the ball's not being played that side. I mean, I suppose he could go looking for her, but you got to keep your shape. I have to say though, I'm really enjoying this game. Martinez on the ball there now. I mean, Martinez is just so comfortable on the ball. There's Varane with a crossfield ball. Picks out Luke Shaw. Oh, corner to United, but what a ball. What a run by Luke Shaw as well. That's it. What a ball by Varane to Luke Shaw. Jesus Christ, man. Corner kick. Right, interested to see who takes this because Mason Mount was taking him when Bruno wasn't on the pitch. Let's see. Are you watching the game, Daniel? Yeah? Who's taking it? Right. Wan-Bissaka all the way back to the goalkeeper, but that was the right thing to do. But that was a poor. Again, that's one thing now we have to correct. Our set pieces are horrible. I don't know when the last time we scored a corner. But I'd have to say it's a pretty even game. Both teams should have scored. All right, I get that the manager, yeah, Ten Hag is not happy, and I agree. They're like it's all well playing the ball out from the back, giving it to the goalkeeper, but someone has to make a run for and give the goalkeeper more than one option there. So, because like this is predictable. Back to Martinez, he's going to give it back to the goalkeeper, and now he's just going to build it up. Right, so Wan-Bissaka picked the ball up there. Wan-Bissaka forward to Mason Mount. Mason Mount shimmies around, tries to get Garnacho into the game, but the ball was behind him. That's it. Well, fair play. At least you're watching. I appreciate that. At least then you know exactly what's going on in the game. Right, Martinez. The ball's broken down. So back to Varane. Wan-Bissaka back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper out to Luke Shaw. See, Heaton is not the goalkeeper for this either, though. You know? I don't think Ten Hag is happy, though. He has a frowny face. Maybe it's the sun. But he has a frowny face, and he's not happy. But look at that ball. That is just awful. Great tackle. Come on, Anthony. Go on. Right, we've got a free kick. But he was tugging on Bruno. Bruno's not happy. In fairness, though, you're right. Okay, he's pulling on Bruno, but Bruno still had the ball. There he is with the captain's armband on. He deserves it, man. He deserves it. I remember when he first came in. I think we all do. And the fortunes of our club just completely changed overnight. He's just he gets some stick, he does, because not all these passes stick, or some of the balls he tries are wayward sometimes. But I tell you one thing, I would have Bruno Fernandes in any team that I was managing. He's class. He's class. He just needs to win that big trophy. You know, he deserves that. And I hope we do. Like, Carabao Cup was nice to win, but we need to be winning a big cup. It would have been nice to win the FA Cup, of course, but well, let's hope for a big season. Come on. Sancho has the ball. Right, he's running. He's down the line. Go on, San. See, I want to see more of that from him. Martinez on the ball. I have to say, it's for a pre-season game. I'm not saying it's the same intensity as a Premier League game right now, but I will say this: it's fast-paced in the box. Sancho, oh, he tried to play it out at the edge of the box, and it was the wrong ball. In fairness, Arteta is under pressure this season. Go on, referee. In fairness, now it's only Timber. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Fucking Arsenal have their new signings on the pitch. Right, we've got what? We've got Mason Mount on the pitch. But I mean, Arsenal have played a full strength squad. We don't even have Rashford on the pitch. We don't even have Casemiro on the pitch. We don't have our first choice goalkeeper on the pitch. But we got a free kick. You can't be taking a shot from here now, in fairness. Come on. No, Nick. No, it's one of those pitches they play. They play American football on it. So in the summer, because it's hot, Daniel, it gets patchy in some places and bald because they use the pitch so often. When the proper season starts back, that'll be lush green again. Right, here we go. What a ball. Oh, Wan-Bissaka getting himself in the box there. Martinez saw the run, picked him out. Unfortunately, Wan-Bissaka wasn't able to keep control of the ball, but I'm liking that Luke Shaw burst into the box from a long ball as well. I like the way we're mixing it up, though. Martinez wasn't happy with the ball boy there because he threw a ball onto the pitch. Oh, you got to love him. Elite mentality, even man. Right, Luke Shaw's taking this throw. Come on now. Anthony on the ball. Oh, Wan-Bissaka. Oh, Wan-Bissaka again, though. Getting himself into that area. I've just noticed something. Oh, it does have the black patch there. Okay. I was just like looking, well, how come the jersey is slightly different? Oh. What is going on? What a tackle by Martinez. Bruno with the ball for come on lads now. Oh, great tackling. He does love the fact. I just wish he was better going forward. But we have seen it a few times in this game. He is going forward. It's just a pity that he just didn't have a little bit of a sweeter touch. Because I'm pretty sure if he got that part of his game right, Aaron Wan-Bissaka would be banging in goals. He's getting into some high positions, I have to say. Right, we're a bit wide open here now. Saka on the ball up against Luke Shaw. Saka into the burst into the box, but Martinez again with the covering. Ball out, and Arsenal's away jersey is absolutely horrible. It looks like a cheap knockoff of Snakes and Ladders. Arteta is obviously not happy about something. Right, over everybody. But the corner's retrieved. Saliba. Back in the box, but over everybody again. Saka picks the ball up. Bruno tried. Oh, great save, Heaton. Jadon Sancho out to Luke Shaw. Bruno's out on the wing. Ah, it was the right idea, but Shaw didn't read it. And Ten Hag is shouting instructions again. I'm going to be honest. I'd actually, it's 28 minutes in. I'd be taking Jadon Sancho off. I actually would. I wouldn't be keeping him on. He's offering absolutely nothing. Now, in saying that, Garnacho hasn't had a sniff of the ball either. But most of the play is over on the other side, on the right hand side. But Sancho is just, I just don't get it. I thought, you know, if you're going to play a false nine, just bleed and put Anthony there then. Because Anthony would offer a lot more. And just put Sancho out on the wing and see if he could do something there. Do something. This is why it's important that we get this striker. We need a fucking striker. Because I cannot, I'm serious, man. I cannot go through the season of having Jadon Sancho playing a false nine. Right, who's this? Wan-Bissaka, is it? Get it. Oh, it's in! Bruno Fernandes with a cracker from outside the box. Woohoo! That came out of nowhere. Oh my God! What a goal! Out of nowhere. I mean, just out of nowhere. I thought, what a strike! And I mean, it wasn't even. It's like I'm. What the hell? So he just kept. Oh my! Oh, the goalkeeper, Ramsdale again. You know the questions are being asked about Ramsdale all last season. He makes a mistake there. He should have saved that. It's like the one that David De Gea did. You know where he got his hand to it, but it was a weak hand and it just went through his hands. So after 30 minutes, it's Manchester United 1, the Arsenal 0. Early bragging rights. Let's hope so. And that Manchester United fan there is really enjoying it, and the players, because we're in the US, are getting their drink in. But well done, Bruno. I mean, they're showing this again. So he picks the ball up out onto their right-hand side. And he comes running in. Nobody actually goes anywhere near me. He says, Fecko, I'm just going to keep running here. And then he just bang. Right, Ten Hag is giving the instructions now because they're on a bit of a water break there. Mason Mount is drinking these Gatorade. Yeah, it was still. That's what I mean. Look, at the end of the day, you know, that's exactly it, Daniel, isn't it? You strike the ball, and if it goes in, it goes in. That's the chance you take. And Bruno, that's why I love Bruno. Well, it's 1-0, but Bruno again giving out the instructions to the team like a captain should do. Oh, Arteta now looks a bit worried. It's only pre-season, mate. It's all right. When we batter you home and away this season in the league, then you can worry. Like, Bruno is really loving his time. Oh, there's a couple of American women in their United jerseys. Hello. Gatorade is vile. Yeah, I don't drink the stuff myself, man. I'm more of a BPM man myself. Sancho again getting in there to try hold the ball up and wins a free kick. See, if he does more of that shit, I'll be happy, man. Because then he's forcing the ball, he's kept the ball, he gets fouled in the process. We get a free kick and we can get the ball back to the goalkeeper, Martinez. We seem to be doing this quite a lot. I just can't wait until we actually get a goalkeeper in that's great at doing it, because he's decent, but he's not going to be at the level that Onana is at. But Bruno again picking up the ball, plays the ball up, go. Was he offside? Right, we're winning the ball in midfield now. Another foul on us. Play on, ref. Anthony has the ball, gives it out to Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, we seem to be in the mood. Sancho on the ball. Can he do some of his trickery that he's famous for? No, he tries. That's a penalty, ref. How is that not a penalty? That had to be. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka. Actually, that is actually very true. The amount of distance that our Wan-Bissaka has covered in this half is unbelievable. He's bombing up and down the pitch. He's even getting himself into the box centrally. Look how high up he is. Like, he's on the halfway line. Loose ball, but great recovery by Luke Shaw. Well done, Luke. That was a hairy moment. Come on, let's get a second goal before. What's going on here? Oh, Saka could be. Is Saka injured? That would be great. I'm only messing. Hold on. So you were lying on the pitch. You waited for the Arsenal kit man or medical team fella to come on. You got up off the ground, had a little moan at the referee. Now you're jogging off the pitch, like. And the ref blew the whistle. Listen, unless it's I'm sick of this stupid rule, man. Unless it's a head injury, right? I don't care if you get fouled and the leg is, right? Unless you see blood squirting out of their legs, then you stop the game. Just like a head injury. But some of these players play, it annoys me, it does. Some of our players do it as well, so I'm not gonna just have a go because some of our players do it. I hate it. Just get up. Go on, Sancho! Oh, go on! Yes! It's 2-0! James Sancho with a fucking cracker! Oh my god! Take it out of that! Take it out of that, son! Wow. Oh my god. It was a mistake by the Arsenal defender. I thought he'd ran the ball a bit too far, but he decided, and then I thought the angle was against him, and he was like, no, I'm having this. Bang! That's what I mean. He could have squared it and Garnacho could have had a tap in, but he decided to take it himself and bang in the back of the net. No. It's pre-season. Listen, he has to do that week in, week out. You can't just have one good game. You have to do it week in, week out. He's played 3 games and he's faded in 2. Yes, he scored a goal here, but he's held the ball up well a couple of times, but overall he hasn't been in the game. But he got a goal. And now all of a sudden he seems to have a bit of pace about him. Give it back to him. Garnacho is getting into the game a bit as well. See, this is the thing. He's doing these. He's trying now to do what he did in Germany. He does these little balls to try lay it off, but the player that he's trying to lay it off to obviously doesn't cop what he's trying to do. But Mason Mount gives the ball to Anthony. Anthony holds it up. Sancho behind Luke Shaw, but Luke Shaw picks it up. Wow. Listen, right, it's pre-season. This means fuck all. But for bragging rights, because you know what? Arsenal fans got too far up their own arses last season. Right, they won fuck all. They came second, and yet they had a better season than us. We won something. It doesn't matter what it was. We won something. We got to a final. We finished 3rd. And obviously the Europa League was a bit of a disaster, but still, we had a better season. But the narrative is Arsenal had a better season. Oh, Anthony tried to make a 3-0 there. I know you're only messing with. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Who gives a crap? We're winning. We're winning. Who gives a crap? Wait. Look at this. Get up, Bob. You hurt your wrist. That's what I mean. He did show a good burst of pace there, Sancho. He seems to be a confidence player, though. He needs a couple of goals. I think he thrives on it. But because now all of a sudden he's got his goal, he's got a bit of zip about him. Oh, it's a free kick. But look, we can be very happy with this first half. In fairness, I think it's the right score. Arsenal haven't taken their chances. So, we have. That's the difference. Be interested to see what Ten Hag does for the second half. Will he completely change it up? But here we go now. Jadon Sancho on the ball again. Out on the wing this time. Plays it out to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka out to Anthony. Oh, what a ball. Luke Shaw wins the ball back. But the ref gives a free. Are you on drugs or something? Even Ten Hag, like he won the ball. Yeah, it is. It's like snakes and ladders or something, is it? Or zebra crossing, except it's 2 different colours, obviously. But look at that. Referee, what is it? It's a physical game. Like, I think all of these refs are from the US, aren't they? No, none of your little flicks are gonna work. Look at that. Referee, are you for real? Are you for real? Are you for real? Martinez, just walk away. Martinez being Martinez. The Odegaard then tried to square up to him and basically, oh, but he's getting a yellow card. Ref, are you for real? I mean, now Bruno's having a word, and now Heaton has gone over as well. This is disgraceful. I mean, let's see. So Martinez was being fouled, right? He was getting his jersey pulled back. He won the ball in a 50-50. He gets up, and then Odegaard didn't like the tackle and runs over and tries to square up to him. And yeah, Martinez gets the yellow. Now, I don't know if Odegaard got one. We'll find out now in a minute. But I think Martinez is after getting the yellow card. But shouldn't Odegaard get one as well? Because he's the one that instigated the whole situation. Right, so Odegaard, is he going to try score this or is he going to cross it in? He's going to try cross it in. United clear it away with Mason Mount. Anthony. United win the ball. So United throw in. But the Arsenal players are doing what Arsenal players were doing last season, right? When things don't go their way, they're throwing their arms up in the air. They're getting frustrated. Little niggly things are coming into their game because they hate being beaten. They do, right? They think they're the Arsenal of old, right? When it came to the crunch last season, they cracked under the pressure. Bottle jobs. This game is getting a bit spicy now, but the halftime, 2 minutes. I think the halftime whistle is coming at a right time. There's a couple of niggly little things happening now. I think get the players in, calm them down a little bit. But Odegaard over this free kick again. Bit further out this time. He goes to the edge of the box with it. It cleared the ball away. What a ball. Garnacho. He's kept it in. He's kept it in. Oh. Well done. Back to Mason Mount. Right, Martinez is like, calm down, lads. In fairness, I think we should have went for the third one there. I think we could have got a third one there if we hadn't really pushed it. But Martinez has slowed it right down. The back four are just playing amongst themselves now at this stage, so they're killing time. Oh, what a ball! Oh! So he brings the ball in as he always does and whack. Gives it a good whack, but it was wide. Now, Eric Ten Hag, I think it's half time. Eric Ten Hag has gone straight to the official. He's not happy. But it's Arsenal 0, Manchester United 2. Jesus is giving Ten Hag some stick. Ten Hag is not happy actually, but Bruno has moved his manager away. But Jesus tried to stick it up to Ten Hag there. Who the hell do you think you are, you little muppet? Right? He's gone from playing in the empty hat to the bottle jobs. Right? Second idiot going at our manager. Our manager is right to give out. We should have had a penalty. Right? At least 2 Arsenal players should have been given yellow cards. I can't wait till we smash them proper. But yeah, very entertaining. I wonder if Ten Hag will get a yellow card for that. We'll find out if there's any repercussions to that. I know it's only pre-season, and you know the referees don't like giving red cards unless it's a proper, like, you know, leg breaker. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But tell you, this is what happened with Arsenal. They had a decent run in the league, right? And they thought for a split second they were going to win it. And then the arrogance got the better of them, as it always does, and then they bottled it. And this is what's happened because they got Jesus, Zinchenko, players like that, and you're seeing them on the pitch giving it all of this and all, you know, trying to G them up, thinking they're the big cheese because they came from Manchester City. Arsenal are doing fuck all this season. Declan Rice was on the pitch, yeah. I think I heard his name being mentioned 4 or 5 times during the whole half of that game. I don't see Arsenal getting anywhere. I mean, we're not even playing our full strength squad yet. We still don't have the players in. There's a few more players to be brought in. I mean, 2-0 pre-season. This will be 3 games in a row. And by the way, we haven't conceded a goal yet. I tell you, it's looking good. Listen, you can't judge on pre-season because we had our deadly pre-season last year. But if we can keep this momentum going into the season this time and actually keep the momentum going and keep that winning mentality going. See, this is why in pre-season I do believe it should be taken seriously. If you can get into that habit of winning during pre-season, hopefully then you can carry that momentum on to the first game of the season. We have to really win our first game of the season because of what happened last year. And it's against Wolves, and it's not going to be easy. And that's why I think we have the pre-season that we have. We're playing some teams in this pre-season, and I think that's done deliberately. So we're playing different types of teams as well. You look at the teams that we're playing. We've played Leeds, we've played Lyon, now we're playing Arsenal. We've got Wrexham coming up. We've got Athletic Club as well, Borussia Dortmund in there as well. We've got loads of different teams, different styles, and this will be a great tester. Anyway, gonna have a quick smoke because, as you know, I do smoke. I'll let you know if there's any repercussions after what happened there. But 2-0 to United. We played very well in the first half. A bit cagey at the start, I would say. But United grew into the game more, and I think we've played the better football, if I'm honest. Actually, we have. We played well in this half. I think we've played some lovely football. Still only early days, and it still is only pre-season. But Ten Hag was not happy with those assistants, and it'll be interesting to see if he gets a yellow card. But I'll be back in a minute, folks. Just bear with me. I'm just going to put the kettle on real quick and have a quick smoke, and then we will get on to the second half. Like, I'm still going to be talking to you. I'm just going to be a little bit of a distance over here. Oh, just putting on the kettle real quick. Just bear with me. Right. In fairness, as I said, there should be two Arsenal players on yellow card. Now I can see some of the players that aren't on the pitch warming up. So you've got Delo, Ahmad, Ericsson, Casemiro. So I don't know, maybe there won't be as many changes as we've seen in the first two games. But, you know, we still need a number 9, but we're scoring goals, and that's what we need to be doing anyway, even with a number 9, is other players to be stepping up, and it's nice to see that's actually happening right now. But they're pretty happy about it on NUTV at the moment. Dennis Irwin, legend, loving it. I mean, we're seeing the highlights again. So Heaton has the ball. He pumps it up long. It goes. Is that? No, that's the young lad. He hits it to Bruno, and then Bruno just takes the shot from outside of the box. I mean, it's a goalkeeper error. But again, Ramsdale, Arsenal fans banging on about David De Gea, and other fans banging on how bad David De Gea is. I mean, Ramsdale last season made some crucial mistakes last year, and he's after making another one there. He's not a great goalkeeper as people think he is. I can imagine them on Arsenal fan TV right now. They're probably losing the plot. You know, they spend all that money, and United practically have the same team as last year, with the exception of Mason Mount, obviously, and we're beating them 2-0, like, and they brought in their new signings. Timbers on the pitch, Declan Rice, who hardly got a mention in the game, folks. 105 million for Declan Rice, folks. Think about that, 105 million. We dodged the bullet there, trust me. Declan Rice, all of these fans banging on how, Declan Rice, he's underappreciated, he's underrated, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I watched him playing for Ireland, right? When he played for the youth, when he went through the ranks. Okay, Declan Rice is not the midfielder that everybody thinks he is. He's bang average, right? He's just overhyped in an England team full of decent players. Good, really good. England actually have a decent squad. And players like Declan Rice are stealing a living. And there's Sancho again. I mean, his goal was great. But again, you could question Ramsdale's positioning in the first place. It's like as if the ball goes through his two hands when he throws them up. It goes through his two hands. Again, as I said, Ramsdale, I think Arsenal fans nearly have to seriously answer, or seriously look at their goalkeeper, because that was rubbish. I know, he's rank rotten. Yeah, well, Wolves is going to be a tough game, please. Certainly a tough game for us. Sorry about that. Allergies. That's what I'm saying. Dennis Irwin is saying it there. Like Arsenal have put a top team out, and we've been very impressive against them. This is practically the Arsenal team that will be starting the season. This was a lovely bit of play by Bruno. I mean, Anthony, I mean, maybe he could blame the pitch there. Maybe he could blame the pitch there, but I could be a bit generous there. I really think he should have actually put that away. It may have bobbled up as he kicked it. Hold on, we'll get a closer replay here because the pitch is, yeah, it went on that patch in the box. So there, no, it didn't bobble up though. That's showing it proper there. It didn't bobble up though. He should have really put that away to make it 1-0. That would have been 1-0 at the time, but we did end up scoring with Bruno Fernandes and then Jadon Sancho as well with a cracker. But again, goalkeeper for me, Arsenal goalkeeper mistake. The defence looks awful, I have to be honest. Listen, Arsenal are not doing anything next season. I mean, the season coming up. They think they are. They're not doing feck all. They're not. They've got Champions League football as well. Think about it. They're not going to be able to cope because Declan Rice isn't a player, is not a 105 million player. They could have got two decent midfielders for that and being a lot stronger. But I think the players they brought in, I know we were linked to Timber last year and stuff like that, but I didn't think he was good enough for us. So, you know, I suppose he's gone to the bottlers. So, but Arsenal players doing what they always do, lads and ladies, crying when things don't go their way, throwing tantrums because, you know, they can't lose a game of football. But we should be proud of this performance. And remember, I don't give individual, because it's pre-season, I'm not going to be giving individual ratings because we'll be here all night. So what I do is I judge the overall performance, the team performance out of 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. So Salah half, second half coming up now, and hopefully we bang in a few more goals. Yeah, Heaton has, in fairness to him, he made a double save in the first half as well. Saka has looked dangerous in moments. He's caused Luke Shaw a couple of problems. But Luke Shaw going forward, our wing backs going forward. Wan-Bissaka has found himself in the box a couple of times in the first half. The same with Luke Shaw. Jadon Sancho. I think this has. I will admit that this is probably the best half of football he's played all of the pre-season so far. He's got a goal as well, but if he does come out for the second half, I would like to see a bit more of that hold-up play, which he was shown. If he does get the ball and, you know, getting into that box a little bit more. But still, you know, I don't know. If Jadon Sancho is it, he deserved his goal though, because that was a nice burst of pace. But we are here now for the second half. Second half coming up now. I'll turn back on the camera. So, I've just dropped my earphones. Right. Let's see if we could do the same. Well, it might be pre-season, but as I say, there's bragging rights to be had here. Right, Tom Heaton is back in goal, so he hasn't made any changes in goal. McTominay, I see McTominay is on there. Right, we'll obviously get the updated team sheet. Ramsdale, is he coming back onto the pitch? I think he's Paddy last on the pitch. United fans enjoying their day out. Right, so Arsenal look like, I don't think there's any changes on the Arsenal side. It looks like pretty much the same team, but I've seen McTominay on the pitch for us, so I think we've made changes. I'm not sure. Yeah, Sancho is off. Wan-Bissaka is off. Shaw is off. Mount is off. The young lad is off as well. Colby is off. Yeah, Colby is off as well. So there's been 4 or 5 changes by Eric Ten Hag. They will pop up on the screen, I'm pretty sure. But I suppose, if you're winning 2-0, there's no point in leaving players on for 90 minutes if we're comfortable. So if this game was to end in a draw, it would go to a penalty shootout. Right, Victor Lindelof is on. My ear, these things make me ear itchy. I hate that. Right, Lindelof. So McTominay, Casemiro, Eriksen's on. Forson, Rashford, Ahmad, and I missed the back 4. But Lindelof, Harry Maguire, I think, is on the pitch. Is he? There's Ahmad. Free kick. Ahmad already, trying to cause problems for Arsenal. Fouled by Odegaard. Yeah, so right, so Harry Maguire, Harry Maguire is on. Man United on the ball. I'm just trying to see who's. So Eriksen's on the pitch, as I said. Casemiro, McTominay, Ahmad, Rashford, Harry Maguire, Lindelof. But Lindelof gave away a free kick. Yeah, it's very scrappy at the start because we've made so many changes. But Arsenal, I don't think, have made any change. So they have the same strong squad on. We've put on, it looks like 10 brand new outfield players, with the exception of the goalkeeper, obviously still the same, Heaton. Delaw is on the pitch. United putting early pressure on. Brandon Williams is on. So Brandon Williams, Delaw, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire is the back the back four. So yes, he's changed it. So 9 outfield players, or 10 outfield players, and the same goalkeeper. So Harry Maguire playing it out from the back. Come on, Harry. I'm not going to I'm not going to bash him. Not going to say anything. I think a lot of United fans know that he probably shouldn't be still here, but look, we'll see what he does pre-season. But don't be giving out balls like that, or you'll have Ten Hag giving out to you. Harry Maguire winning the header. McTominay gives the ball back to Victor Lindelof. It's like as if United haven't even changed any players. It's just Ahmad is offside though, but was he even offside? Let's see that again. I mean, I'm not sure about. But was he? Show the replay for God's sake. Harry winning the header again. What? I mean, the levels of refereeing around the world kind of gets exposed when you see all of these type of competitions and internationals. That's a shocking decision. I don't even know how that's a free kick. I mean, Arsenal take it quick, and Arsenal United were in their wake there when that. I mean, come on, lads. I mean, they're going to play the quick ball because they're 2-0 down. So they're going to try get in. Look, that is just absolutely switching off there, Ericsson. I mean, come on, Ericsson. Jesus Christ, will you? Oh, for God's sake. Brandon Williams tried to play it back to the goalkeeper, and it's gone out for a corner kick. Do you know what? It's just, I get it that all teams play out from the back now. It's the new thing. But when you're in a tight situation like that, sometimes it's just best to boot the fucking ball up. I don't get that, man. Go on. Ahmad, give it. Some of these young players. See, this is why you get the young players a chance during pre-season. He should have actually released the ball there. If he hadn't released the ball, Forson was actually through. What a tackle by Casemiro. Arsenal in their half now on the ball. Yeah, he's He's had on a couple of the kids in the first half and a couple of the kids in the second half. But Arsenal don't seem to have any of their kids on. Ahmad a bit short. You sold him short there. Right, I think they've just zoomed into Arteta's camp. It looks like they might be making some changes now. But Arsenal getting a little bit more control in the second half, as you would probably expect with the amount of changes that we've done. I think Burrow will link with Brandon Williams. Yeah, well, he will be leaving. It'll be interesting to see where he goes, but I think he's already been told, you know, pre-season with getting fit and stuff like that, but I think he already knows he's out the door. Right, Ahmad is down and injured. He's holding his ankle. Oh, this could be bad. I mean, if Ahmad gets injured, I'll be devastated for him because he did play well against Sunderland. I personally don't think that he'll get into this squad because of the amount of players we have out on the wing. He seems to be okay. He might limp for a few minutes, but he basically needs to get out. Right, we'll see if he comes back on. He's still holding his ankle. But we're down a man. Saka played the ball out. Brandon Williams gets the ball away, but Arsenal back in again. Ericsson with the tackle there. Corner for Arsenal. But Arsenal has stepped it up a little bit. This is Ahmad back on the pitch. Again, not paying attention at the corner, lads. You need to wake up to them. Ericsson with the block. I mean, how Harry Maguire got away with that is unbelievable. He miskicks the ball and goes back to Heaton, but it's not classed as a pass back. And McTominay has just been right. Substitution. Declan Rice coming off. Martinelli is coming off for Arsenal. And he's being replaced by Jesus, who was having a go at our manager. If he scores against us, he'll probably run over to Ten Hag and celebrate in front of him. Declan Rice is coming off. I mean, he did feck all in the game, so Partey is coming on. and Ben White is on as well. And we put Pelistri on. Who's he coming on for? Oh, Ahmad. Ahmad is injured. He's cracked his ankle. He's off. Pelistri is on now. In fairness, though, I've wanted to see Pelistri be given a go. So this is his opportunity now with half an hour. He's got a half an hour on the pitch now. Make your mark, son, because I do believe that him, like Garnacho, I think he should be in the squad, man, or he should be in the team squad. To be quite honest, I think he's that good. He's that good enough. So I want to see him do well here now. This is his opportunity with Ahmad injured now. This is his time to step it up. But unlucky for Ahmad because, you know, as I said, he played decent for Chelsea, or the Sunderland, I should say. Timber is off as well. Partey and Ben White is on for Rice. Yeah, but we've really gone to crap the last few minutes. How does the camera go? Let's see. Here we go. Sometimes that happens. Right, so I hope we keep a clean sheet, though. You know, even though he's changed it around, I don't want us to be conceding goals. I hope we can keep a clean sheet. But as you would assume, it's all Arsenal right now, with the changes that we've made. But it passed the hour, and it's still 2-0 to us. But very scrappy, I have to say. And who was that holding that hamstring? Man, if I scored against Liverpool, I'd do the same. Straight over in front of Jurgen Klopp's face. Great tackling by United. I mean, we're closing down still. You could see that, you know, the midfield doesn't have as much pace in it as it did before, but they're trying to. Casemiro tried to get the low away, but Arsenal pick it up. Jesus is tackled by Casemiro. Both of them got a bang on the knee. Go on, McTominay. Well, I mean, we had the ball. I mean, look, I hate that. You have to learn. Referees have to learn. Even if it's a handball, if the ball bounces off and goes forward, but air player ends up with the ball, just play the advantage. Like I don't get that. But yeah, you notice the difference between the back four, though. It's not the same at all. It's slower. Harry Maguire with a great ball to Delo. Delo, keep running. Give it! It's how did you miss? That was an open goal. So Delo had plenty of opportunities to give it to McTominay, but he chose not to. But Rashford, I don't think he realised it was coming over, and he actually lost his footing at the crucial moment. It should be 3-0 to United. But Palestri again, he's like Ahmad, he's a nuisance, but I just think Palestri has a little bit more about him than Ahmad does. And I really like him as a player. We're getting our tackles in. As I said, the back four is not as fast as it was because Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, and Brandon Williams and Delo. And the midfield as well is a bit slower. You've got Casemiro, Eriksen, and McTominay. And then you've got the front three. Eriksen, what are you pulling them back for? Oh. Havertz had a chance where yeah. Decent enough, but again, we were slow. We were slow getting out to that ball, and that's the difference. I don't know. Eriksen was a revelation when he came in. He got the injury. I don't think he's been the same since the injury. I think he's lost more pace, to be quite honest with you. He fades out quite quickly as well. Gets overrun. He's committed a couple of fouls as well. We are linked to Goretzka and Amrabat. I think we should get those two in if we can. Because I don't even think Eriksen can last 90 minutes now. I think Eriksen's going to be one of those players now that's just going to, come on with about 15, 20 minutes to go sort of thing. I know a lot of people are saying, he'll get a lot of game time. I don't know, but Victor Lindelof, great tackle there. I hope we keep Victor out of all the defenders that are below Martinez and Varane. I'd keep Victor Lindelof. He's the best out of a bad bunch, and he's actually not a bad defender at all. He gets into great positions. He just needs a decent defender beside him, not Harry Maguire. But again, Harry hasn't made any mistakes here. In fairness, we're pretty solid. Hopefully, though, we sell him so we can get money. But Arsenal on the attack again. Ball into the box. Saved by the keeper. Come on. Yeah, he's overrated. I agree with you, Daniel. He's way overrated, for God's sake. Jesus. Right, Harry is on the ball. Gives what a ball to McTominay. What can McTominay do? He gives it to Ericsson, who I mean, it's a nice idea when you got players busting their balls to get into the box, but it's pre-season, man. Forcing getting stuck in there with Saka. He looks a prospect as well. Kobe, good prospect. We got some young players that are better than some of the players on the pitch right now, got to be honest. Whether they'll all get their opportunity, I don't know. But Victor there, great defending. No panic. Harry Maguire. You sold him short, Harry. Ericsson picks the ball back up, releases. Rashford. Rashford is going for it. He is. He's getting on a little bit, but I wouldn't get rid of him. Not yet. You get another season or season out of Victor. We will eventually get rid of him when we bring in more decent players. So Arsenal are making 4 changes. So it looks like Vieira, looks like that former Chelsea player, what's his face, is coming on as well. You got Trossard coming on. You've got the what's his face as well coming on, that young lad. Yeah, him, Blondie. What's his face? Turn around so I can see your jersey. They'll come up on screen. Jorginho, that's the player. He's on. Smith Rowe as well. Jesus, Harry went straight into the back of him. And Arteta is not happy about that. Straight into Odegaard. I mean, there's nothing malicious in it. I mean, just Harry just barges into him. But is Arteta getting a yellow card now? Is he? Right, Trossard is over the free kick. He's played it short to Odegaard. Kearney tries to cross it in, gets it in though, but defended well by United. Arsenal putting on the pressure like they have to, but they've just put the ball out there for a goal kick. That's good. Arsenal are not doing. They're not doing that in this season. It's got a bit scrappy. Yeah, we do have a great academy. Yeah, we seem to be selling a lot of academy players, though. I don't like that. But unless the manager, managers probably check them out and knows which ones will make it and which ones probably won't. But I mean, Arsenal have dominated the second half without really doing anything. United played well in the first half, and I think for the first 10 minutes, we played decent in this half, but it's been all Arsenal because, and they've made their changes as well. So the game has gone, it's basically dead now at this stage. But oh my God, Casemiro got a ball into the face. That's it. Yeah, he got the ball right into the face. That's all. You just have to lie there for a couple of minutes just to get yourself back together again. But as I said, we don't want any of our players. We've already had Ahmad. Let's hope it's not a serious injury. But especially those players that we're trying to sell as well. We don't want any of those getting injured. But yeah, taking the ball in the face like that, it's horrible because you get the initial sting, your face goes numb, and then like for a few seconds you just got the wind taken out of you. But he's realised now, even though the ball's hit him in the face, so if the ball hit him in the face, it hit his hand, and the ref is giving a free kick to Arsenal. And Casemiro was just getting up, and he's just realising that now, and he's not happy about it. These I don't want to slag off American referees and officials. But I've been watching a bit of the LMS, and some of the decisions that these refs make are absolutely ridiculous. But in this game, there's been some decisions that I'm just like, what the hell? For Arsenal, free kick again. They played short out to the wing. This is obvious. There's space. Trossard, is that Trossard? Yeah. Cuts inside. Ball in. Well defended. Again, it's all Arsenal. Harry Maguire tries to play a ball into no man's land. Balestri though really makes something of it. I mean, I love how Harry is trying. He's bringing the ball out towards the halfway line, and then he's trying to pick out a long ball. It's either a long ball or a crossfield ball, and they're being read every time, or they're too short. You got to be doing more than that. But Arteta is not happy. But I mean, he could be not happy all he wants. His team has done absolutely feck all. They had a couple of chances in the first half. But even with all the possession that they have here, they've done nothing with it. We've been rather comfortable considering we've made all of those changes. I mean, look at them. Arsenal fans are all happy. Why would you be happy with your team losing 2-0? I mean, come on, standards. Standards. Yeah, I can imagine, man. Standard referee, but the Premier League, listen, Premier League refereeing is horrible as well. I'm not going to sit here and say Premier League refereeing is great. They get a lot of decisions wrong as well, but I mean, it's way better than other countries though. But there was a bit of a water break there now, folks. So they've taken the water break now. So back out onto the pitch. What he's eating? He's eating chips or something. They're eating French fries in the crowd. Nice. I know they're just sitting there eating away, laughing. Like I get it, he's in New York and he's probably first time for some years. But Jesus, your team's losing 2-0. I can imagine that having a. I can imagine after this game. I don't know if they'll do match reactions on Arsenal fan TV after the result, but I can imagine they'd be kicking up a stink. I mean, it's embarrassing channel there is. I mean, we've had a game of two halves, haven't we? In the first half, we were zipping the ball around. In the second half, we've had to do more defensive work, and we've done it pretty well. At the end of the day, as I said, for me, it's important to keep a clean sheet. And obviously, you know, 10 minutes or so to go. We're 2-0 up. Let's hope it stays like that. Let's hope we can even get a third goal. It'd be nice. But United are on the attack there. But again, some of these young players, Forson there should have actually released the ball to Casemiro a lot sooner. But this is why you give them a chance in pre-season. Eric Ten Hag will take his notes as he's been doing. He will, let the kid know, Forson, look, when you get into those positions. Yeah, I know. For the biggest fan channel, he's a wanker. I agree with you. Referee is given a free kick. But I'm pretty sure this result, even though it's pre-season, a lot of the other clubs out there will look at this result. You know, I would have to say over the two halves, you could argue that Arsenal have had a stronger side out in two halves of football, and yeah, we played well in the first half. Second half, as I said, we've had to do a bit more defensive work. But I mean, Arsenal are just pumping the ball up and it's coming back to us. We're able to get it out. Well, that's what, yeah. I'm the same. You've got to keep winning these games, even if it is pre-season. Yeah, I think we got Wrexham next. We need to be banging in loads of goals against them. You know, no pricking about. Don't concede any goals against them either. Keep another clean sheet. That's what we need to be doing. But as I said, I will say I've enjoyed the first half a little bit more than I've enjoyed the second half. But that's because, as I said, the match has been a bit scrappy in the second half. And as I said, Arsenal can have as much as the ball as they want. They're not doing that. And when it is a free kick, that has to be a yellow card. Did he give it to him? I mean, that was a cynical foul by Jesus. Did he get the yellow card? See what I mean? He was giving it all that to our manager at half time. He was. Right, he did. He got a yellow card. He was giving all that he was to the manager. He was, yeah. And he's done feck all since he came on, the Muppet. And now he's got a yellow card. As I said, he went from the empty hat to the bottle jobs. Go on, Polistri. Oh! In fairness, he probably should have squared it. Let's say McTominay wins the ball. That was nice by McTominay. Then Polistri picks it up off McTominay. Yeah, he probably should have squared it. Right, so unless Arsenal score two goals and say, what, you'd probably give, what, 4 minutes maybe. So we have about 8 minutes to go probably altogether. And we're comfortable. Great play. Give it the low on the ball. Right, we're in the Arsenal half. Right, Harry gives it Casemiro. The low. Rashford. Give it to Pulisic. McTominay. That's it. Last few minutes of the game. Keep hold of the ball. I hope we get that third goal because, it's been a great defensive display in the second half, I have to say. In the first half, we played some beautiful football. Obviously, 10 outfield players were changed in the second half. Low with the ball into the box, maybe. No. Goes back to Rashford. Maguire. Ericsson. Leicester. Tries to get it into the box, unlucky. Rashford closes it down. And that's what we want to see. So 82,200 people have turned up to watch this game. That's good attendance. Nice ball out. But again, Arsenal not really. They might have something here. Smith Rowe trying to get through. And Victor Lindelof back to Trossard, who just, again, tries to get in the box, but it's a handball. So Arsenal have a chance to whip the ball in here. We're coming up to the 90th minute now. Well, we don't want Arsenal to score, so hopefully we can keep that clean sheet. But if it hits off Harry Maguire's head and goes in the back of the net, it'll just be typical. Let's hope it doesn't. It's a corner. Bit of indecision by Tom Heaton. He went to punch the ball and completely missed it. Many times have we seen that over the years. 4 minutes. Yeah, so I was right. 8 minutes left because I called that. Yeah. So 4 minutes. So Arsenal have to score 2 goals in 4 minutes to bring it to penalties. But I reckon we have this in the bag. Keep that clean sheet now. That's what's important. The ball's cleared out. Arsenal throw. United keeping their defensive shape. Great tackle. Brandon Williams. Well done, lad. Maguire with the header out, Plistry boots the ball out. Ramsdale comes out for it. He's way out of his area. If he was to get that wrong, we could have had a nice little goal there if someone had to put the pressure on. But we don't need to put too much pressure on because, as I said, Arsenal done nothing with the ball, folks. I mean, they're one of the favourites apparently to win the Premier League, and they've had their full strength squad on. And we haven't. Brandon Williams again. He's getting in the way. That's the main thing. McTominay picking up the scraps as he does. Oh. Is that Tierney? Arsenal players now just like taking our players out now. Casemiro, not injured. You see, these are the type of, you see, I kind of hate playing Arsenal because they're a bit of a dirty team. They've always been a bit of a dirty team. But I'm glad we got this pre-season game out of the way now. And we're nearly over now, and it should be a 2-0 win. And it'll be deserved. McTominay, Casemiro, go on, give it. They've been shite, man. They've done fuck all game. They had a couple of chances in the first half, just like we did. And they've done nothing else with the ball since. Yeah, Jesus, I know. Ryan Reynolds FC, can't wait to play them. Because, of course, Ryan Reynolds will be there. But that's it. The ref should be blowing up now. That's it. Game over. Game over. Manchester United beat Arsenal 2-0. Eric Ten Hag gone over to shake Arteta's hand. Looks like the lads got a nice little workout. Ten Hag obviously talking to the official, but why are they all standing just there? Are they getting a presentation or something? We'll wait and see what happens here, because I don't know if we're getting some sort, because the players seem to be just standing there. So I don't know if there's some sort of presentation, because if this game had been a draw, it was going to go into penalties. So I think they do get something like they did last pre-season. But that was a good performance, I have to say. If I was to rate it out of 10, obviously the first half performance was a lot more attacking than the second half, because we'd made 10 changes in the second half. But it was a good defensive display in the second half. Always beating Arsenal is a nice feeling. Again, though, Arsenal are going to show their true colours this season. Again, when things don't go right for them, they're bitching and moaning as they always do. But a good, solid 2-0 result. I think I'll be fair and I'll give this performance a 7.5 out of 10. As I said, we were a bit more on the back foot in the second half, but Arsenal did absolutely nothing with the possession that they had. And I do think there is some sort of presentation, because they're all standing on the sideline along with the manager there. So I think there is something going to be happening here. Wow, I think there's. Oh, did you do this penalty shootout challenge thing? Don't they while they're here? I think there's definitely something going on here. Right, so both teams are going to take 5 penalties, but we've won the game, haven't we? I mean, we have won the game. So I don't know what this penalty shoot. I mean, every time we go to America, there's always something different, isn't there? Here, you've played the 90 minutes, you've won 2-0, but we want you to take 5 penalty kicks each. So what happens if we lose the penalty shootout? Do we not get the trophy? Right. So the Arsenal players are already in the centre circle. So there's a penalty shootout happening here. This is weird. But we won the game 2-0. I don't get this. So what happens if we lose the penalty shootout? Does that mean then we have another penalty shootout because we won over? I don't can someone explain this to me? But look, a little bit more of excitement, what? Penalty fucking shootout. Bring it on. Hold on, before they start, I want to get a glass of Coke. So just wait, bear with me for a second, lads. Like penalty shootouts. They always have to do something different. Like, I don't get it. Right, so Arsenal's up for Man United scored their first penalty because I missed it. So Odegaard is taking Arsenal's first, and he scored. So it's 1-1 in penalties. I don't know what this seems stupid to me. So you've won the game in 90 minutes, 2-0. But yeah, this is why I don't like the LMS as well. You can literally lose loads of games, right? But if you get into the playoff positions, then you can literally win it's ridiculous. Right, the low now with a penalty. Here we go. This makes no sense. He scored. I mean, good penalty, but I don't get this. I mean, even the staff are laughing. I mean, this is stupid. We've won the game. If this counts as a defeat, this can't count as a defeat. Look, even the players are laughing. What the fuck is this, man? Why do Americans, when they get games like this, they have to put their own spin on it? Come on, Heaton, at least save one penalty so we can fucking end this disaster. He nearly did. So it's 2-2. Both players that have stood up to take penalty have scored. I don't get this, mate. I really don't get this crap. We won the game as far as I'm concerned. Like, I mean, if we lose, I mean, how can the Arsenal players, even if they win this penalty shootout, how can they even celebrate? Victor Lindelof down the middle, well done. I mean, he's even laughing. Like, why is this even happening? This didn't even happen, Jordan, last pre-season. I don't remember us taking penalties after losing, after winning a game. This is stupid. Anyway, 3 United players have banged the penalties in. Vieira, or wherever his name is, that young lad for Arsenal now, is stepping up to take his penalty now. Tom Heaton just coming out, just trying to intimidate him. He's knocked it over. Brilliant. Well, once United just bang in their penalties, I don't care. You don't even deserve to have a penalty shootout. Like, you should be embarrassed. You should be, all you Arsenal players should be just kicking the ball over. You've lost the game. It's pathetic, man. Yeah, go on. Walk, do the walk of shame. Told you, he's on bottle jobs. Right, who's taking this? Has to be Rashford. It is. Okay, Rashford thinks he's taking a penalty for the World Cup or something. Ah, I mean, that's class is just permanent, man. Well done. Right, so if Arsenal don't score their penalty, United win in these ridiculous penalty shootouts that should never be in a penalty shootout because we won the game after 90 minutes. But if I was to rate the penalty shootout, well, we've gotten 4 out of 4, so we get 5 out of 5. I'll bump up the score of the game to 8 because they made us go through this rubbish. Right, come on. Hope Jorginho skies this or Heaton says it. Come on. No, he scores. He done a Bruno Fernandes. Right, doesn't matter. If United score this, it's game over. So who's stepping up to take the last penalty? Hopefully it is the last penalty. I mean, if we score, it's the last penalty, obviously. So who's coming up to take the penalty? Ericsson. He won it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, even the manager, they're just slapping it. You don't know what to do here. We won the game 2-0 anyway. I mean, it was embarrassing to let Arsenal go through that in the first place. Like, I don't get that. That was absolutely ridiculous. But look, just give us our trophy so we can move on to the next bleeding game, will you? Bleeding ridiculous, man. No wonder the Glazers wanted us in the Super League. Right? No relegation, no nothing, none of that. Right? You just keep making. I mean, where's the competitive edge? I mean, it was a nice penalty by Christian Eriksen, I have to say. Nice penalty. But give us our fucking trophy now so we could just move on to the next one. I mean, that is just embarrassing. Embarrassing. I mean, sad. Seriously, man. Anyway, it's only a pre-season game. We can't get carried away, but in fairness, beating the Arsenal is always something to be happy about. I can imagine them on Arsenal fan TV now. They're probably all having a hissy fit. I loved it because I loved them when they bottled it last year, going around smoking their cigars and all the idiots. Oh, we're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league. Yeah, you can't even win a penalty shootout, and you had already lost the game. I mean, that's the thing. See, that's the difference. There's no way if I was playing for, I'd say I'd be going. No, we've lost the game. We're not going to embarrass ourselves by taking penalty kicks now. But obviously they don't really care. They've no pride in. Because I can tell you now, it wouldn't be fecking me. It wouldn't be me at all. Absolutely ridiculous. Carry on. Anyway, as I said, we won the penalty share, so we put it up to 8. But I just don't get that whole thing with the penalty. It's shocking. Shocking, man. Anyway, there's no point in waiting to hear what Eric Ten Hag says because he will obviously cover it in his press conference, his next press conference, which should be soon. So our next match, I think, is, if I'm correct in saying, is Wednesday, which it is, and that's a 3:30 in the morning. So come and join me for that. We'll be playing Wrexham, and then on Thursday we have. So the next day we have Real Madrid. So we have a double header on Wednesday and Thursday night. So 3:30 Wednesday for the Wrexham game, and so we'll go live around 3 o'clock in the morning, and then for the Real Madrid game, that kicks off at 1:30, but we'll be live at 1 o'clock, and that is what's coming up. And then on the 31st, then we have a bit of a breakdown, and then we play Borussia Dortmund on the 31st. And then we have Len on the 5th of August. And then on the 6th, we have Athletic Club. And then we have a nice little break until the 14th of August. And that's our first game against Wolves. So that's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Good solid performance. Beating the Arsenal, the bottle jobs, is always a favourite pastime of mine. I love it. Glad that the lads were able to pull through and get the result. Pretty impressive first half, as I said. We grew into the game. I thought Arsenal were going to overrun us at one stage, but no, we got it together. We started playing our football, and we got the goals. And then the second half, then Eric Ten Hag was able to actually bring on 10 different players and let them play. And as I said, I think it was a good defensive performance. We probably should have had a third goal in the second half, but it didn't quite happen. But 2-0 result against the Arsenal. And we get early bragging rights, even though it is pre-season. Early bragging rights is always good, especially when Arsenal had their 105 million player on the pitch and he was anonymous. So yeah, we're loving that. So I will be back for Ten Hag's next press conference, so look out for that. I don't know exactly when he'll do it, but when it pops up, I've got the notifications on. So when the press conference does come up and I'll watch it, we'll be on then live to react to the press conference, give you my opinion, and let's see what the news is on Ahmad and players like that as well. In the meantime as well, if there's any transfer news, we will put them up on YouTube Shorts, and I will have some tomorrow. Charlie Savage has left the club and gone to Reading, so we do have some outgoings, but maybe not the players that fans actually want to see, but hopefully some of those players that we want to see gone actually end up leaving, and we can get that cash in for them. But 3 wins from 3 from Eric Ten Hag. Also, we haven't conceded a goal. We got a clean sheet. We got a clean sheet in each game, so we're keeping that momentum up. We're scoring goals. It'll be great to see Onana when he does make his debut, and hopefully in the next couple of days we get a striker. We really need to get that striker in, and once we get that striker in, we should see a difference in how we play, even with that striker brought in. Sancho then won't be playing in that false 9 position, and then Ten Hag then will obviously then decide who's going to play out on the wings. I'd say Rashford will stay out on the left, and then the right wing then is up. Obviously, Anthony has that place. So Sancho, Sancho's going to be one of these players, whether he likes it or not. If he doesn't get sold, he's going to be a bench player. So, I think we should cash in while we can, but that's just my opinion. But look, we leave it there. Thank you guys for joining me. I really do appreciate you staying up this late and watching these games. We do have some late ones coming up though. and I'll have to keep a little bit down because the missus will be in bed, so we don't want to keep her awake all night. But we will be back for those games coming up, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on pre-season so far. Are you enjoying what you're seeing? Are you not enjoying? What do you think we need to improve on? What have we improved on? Things like that. Give me your opinion. It is very important. I want to try get as many of you on as well as we grow bigger. We'll hopefully then be able to bring on some Manchester United fans to do loyalty games as well, which I'm looking forward to. It's always good when you get people on reacting to football matches because it does be gas. And I can't wait for that either. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.